Welcome back to the Everyday Faith Podcast from Eastside with today's faith-rooted principle. Hey there, welcome back. It is Monday, August the 24th. I'm Isaac Johnson. Hope that you are having a fantastic day today, or that you do have a good day today. Our rooted principle for today has to do with compassion. You know, as I began to think about this, you never know what somebody is going through. People are good at putting on a good face, right? And maybe even cracking a smile. But there's things behind the surface that are going on. There's disappointments, there's discouragements that everyone has. Someone is going through something. There's something that they're going through. And all around us today, there are people with heavy hearts. And so our principle for today is this: to show compassion and be like Jesus. When you come across someone, show compassion, be like Jesus. Matthew chapter number 9, this is where we find this principle. Matthew 9, verse 36 through 38. But when he saw the multitudes, this is talking about Jesus, he was moved with compassion on them, because they fainted and were scattered abroad as sheep having no shepherd. Then saith he unto his disciples, the harvest truly is plenteous, but the laborers are few. Pray ye therefore the Lord of the harvest, that he'll send forth laborers into his harvest. Listen, there's people with heavy hearts, and we need to be like Jesus. We need to see the multitude and be moved with compassion, and most of all, being moved with compassion for their eternal soul. There's people with needs, but the biggest need that anyone has is the gospel of the Lord Jesus and being saved and on their way to heaven. George Truett was a tremendous, effective pastor for decades in Texas, and his heart was broken when he accidentally killed his best friend while they were on a hunting trip. His daughter said that she'd never heard him laugh again after that day. Truett had a radio program, and each day when it came to the close, he would say, "Be good to everybody, because everybody is having a tough time." Because he knew personally what a heavy burden that people could be carrying. He encouraged compassion towards other people. You know, sometimes we cross paths with people who seem to just look like and act like they're not very happy. Things are not going so well, but yet there is usually a reason for that behavior, and often it's because they're hiding a heavy heart. If we take the time to understand what's happening, and we find out while they have a tough outer exterior, while they act disappointed and maybe things are not so good on the outside, inwardly there's something wishing that someone would care about them. And when Jesus looked here in Matthew chapter number 9, when Jesus looked on the people, he had compassion on them. He wanted to meet their needs. There's no shortage of people that you and I can help. We simply if we'll simply just open our eyes towards them in compassion and see the need. In a parable of the Good Samaritan, Jesus talked about the priest and the Levite who passed by the injured man without stopping to help. And you know, it's a tragedy if we allow the busyness of life to prevent us from taking time to reach out in compassion to those in need. Instead, sometimes, hey, we should stop everything and see what we can do to help. Again, remember this: all around you today, there's people with heavy hearts. Therefore, hey, let's be like Jesus and show compassion. Thanks for joining us for today's Rooted Principle right here on the Everyday Faith Podcast. If today's conversation has encouraged you, be sure to share it with someone who might need it, and don't forget to follow and subscribe so you never miss an episode. We'll see you next time right here on the Everyday Faith Podcast.